The room smells sterile, a constant reminder of my fragile existence. Machines beep rhythmically, their cold voices merging with the hushed tones of distant conversations. I lie in bed, imprisoned by the numbness that has embraced my body since that fateful fall. My hands, once nimble, are now mere spectators to the dance of my paralyzed legs. The morning sun paints fleeting patterns on the walls, a cruel juxtaposition to the stillness that defines my days. The ventilator's whisper is my companion, a lifeline that stretches between the boundaries of breath and silence. As I navigate the canvas of my laptop with the subtle movements of my head, a knock interrupts the monotony. James enters, his eyes carrying the weight of unspoken concerns. "Fiona?" the doctor called. He mentioned a new therapy. "Maybe it can help," he says, his voice threading a thin line between hope and resignation. I meet his gaze, weary but determined. "James, hope is a currency I no longer trade in. But if it brings you peace, let's explore this new frontier. Just don't forget, my art is the only tether keeping me from floating into oblivion." He nods, understanding but unable to bridge the growing gap between us. Later, as I immerse myself in a digital canvas, the door creaks open. Erica, James's mother, stands in the doorway, her eyes reflecting a mix of pity and frustration. "You've been in here all day, Fiona. It's not healthy," she remarks, a hint of irritation lacing her words. I force a smile, a fragile shield against the impending storm. "This room is my sanctuary, Erica. It's where I find purpose amid the stillness." Her gaze lingers, a silent accusation hanging in the air. "Purpose won't put food on the table, Fiona. You need to think about the family." As the door closes, the room returns to its silence, broken only by the rhythmic melody of the ventilator. The lines between love and obligation blur, leaving me suspended in a life where health struggles extend beyond the boundaries of the body, intertwining with the delicate threads of relationships strained by circumstance. The walls of our once happy home seem to close in with each passing day, suffocating the love that once flourished within its confines. A subtle tension permeates the air, revealing itself in the strained silences and weary glances exchanged between James and me. The vitality of our marriage has been eclipsed by the shadows of frustration, resentment, and the weight of my immobility. One evening, the heaviness spills over, turning the living room into a battleground of unspoken grievances. "Fiona, you've been like this for years now. We can't keep pretending everything's fine," James says, his words hanging in the air like a storm cloud. His parents, Erica and Felix, sit as silent spectators, their expressions a mix of discomfort and impatience. "What do you expect me to do, James?" I retort, my frustration bubbling to the surface. "This wasn't a choice I made. This is my reality, and I'm doing my best to make peace with it." Felix interjects, his voice tinged with exasperation. "But your best isn't enough, Fiona. We had dreams for this family, dreams that are fading away because of this situation." The room becomes a battlefield of conflicting emotions. I feel the weight of their unspoken expectations pressing on me, an invisible force dictating the terms of my existence. "You think I wanted this? You think I'm not aware of the burden I've become?" I shoot back, the sting of tears threatening to escape. "But this isn't just my struggle. It's ours, and your resentment is only making it harder for me to breathe." Silence engulfs the room as my words linger, an unspoken truth hanging in the air. The fracture in our family becomes more pronounced, a painful realization that love, once unwavering, can crumble beneath the weight of unmet expectations and unspoken disappointments. As the echoes of the argument fade, I find myself alone in the stillness, the once vibrant energy of our home replaced by a palpable tension that leaves me yearning for the days when laughter, not resentment, echoed through these walls. The house, once a sanctuary, echoes with the footsteps of strained relationships. Initially, when my world came crashing down, James's parents, Erica and Felix, extended their hands to help. Together, we forged a fragile alliance against the challenges of my paralysis. However, as time passed, the threads that held our makeshift support system together began to unravel. One evening, as the scent of frustration hung thick in the air, I sat in my wheelchair, a silent observer to the gradual disintegration of the help that once sustained me. Felix, his voice tainted with impatience, remarked, "We can't keep doing everything for you, Fiona. It's not sustainable." The implication lingers, and I feel the sting of abandonment creeping in. I never asked for everything, Felix. Just a little support, a helping hand when I can't reach. Erica, once a source of comfort, chimes in, her tone a mix of annoyance and resentment. "You have your husband, Fiona. He should be the one taking care of you. It's not our responsibility." James, who once stood as my ally, now mirrors the sentiments of his parents. "She's right, Fiona. I can't keep being your nurse. You need to figure out how to manage on your own." My heart tightens, the isolation becoming a suffocating reality. "I thought we were a family," I whisper, the words a desperate plea. Felix, unmoved, replies, "Family helps each other, but there are limits." The room becomes a stage for unspoken words and unmet expectations. The support I yearn for slips through my fingers like sand, leaving me feeling stranded in the wreckage of a family that once promised strength, but now crumbles under the weight of indifference. As the door closes, the hollowness of my surroundings becomes more pronounced. The home that once held the echoes of shared burdens now bears the silence of my solitary struggles, each creak of the floorboards a reminder of the crumbling support system that once held me up. The decision hung heavy in the air, an unspoken truth that had lingered for too long. Divorce papers lay on the table like a solemn contract, a final agreement to sever the frayed ties that bound James and me. The home we once shared had become a battleground of unmet expectations, and I could no longer bear the weight of a loveless marriage. One evening, in the quietude of our shared space, I mustered the courage to confront the inevitable. "James, we can't keep living like this." I began, my voice a whisper that carried the weight of years of unspoken pain. He looked at me, his eyes a mixture of guilt and resignation. "Fiona, I can't be the person you need me to be." I thought I could, but it's too much. The admission stung, but I nodded in understanding. "I deserve a chance at a life that doesn't revolve around my limitations, and you deserve a chance to find happiness beyond the confines of this broken marriage." The divorce papers, once abstract legal documents, now held the power to free us both from the shackles of a love that had withered away. As the ink dried, so did the remnants of a shared history, and I found myself at a crossroads, facing a future where independence beckoned from the horizon. In the weeks that followed, I embarked on a journey to reclaim the fragments of myself that had been lost in the wreckage of my health struggles and crumbling relationships. A new wheelchair-accessible home became the canvas upon which I painted the strokes of my independence. With the help of a compassionate helper and a diligent housekeeper, I began to rebuild not only my life, but also the confidence that had been chipped away by years of dependency. One day, as I navigated the threshold of my new home, James's voice echoed through the phone, a mix of regret and realization. "I never wanted it to end like this, Fiona," he confessed, the weight of unspoken apologies hanging in the air. My response, though firm, carried a tinge of forgiveness. Sometimes, James, letting go is the only way to find what we truly need. I'm discovering a strength I never knew I had, and maybe you can find your own path too. With the divorce finalized, the echoes of our shared past became distant whispers, and the door to a newfound independence swung open. Each step I took became a testament to resilience, a dance of liberation within the confines of a body that once betrayed me. The journey ahead held uncertainty, but it was a voyage I embraced with the unwavering determination to reclaim the autonomy that had been lost in the shadows of health struggles and broken promises. The scent of newfound freedom lingers in my new home, where the echoes of my past struggles are replaced by the vibrant hues of possibility. As I immerse myself in the pursuit of independence, a revelation unfolds, unraveling a web of financial intricacies that had remained hidden in the shadows. One afternoon, as I navigate the maze of paperwork and dreams, a call disrupts the tranquil solitude. It's James's sister, Sarah, her voice a mixture of urgency and hesitation. "Fiona, there's something you need to know," she begins, her words unraveling a thread of secrets. I listen, my heart tightening with each revelation. The financial stability that cushioned my life was not just a result of my illustrations. It was the pillar supporting James's family, a secret I had been shielded from. "Why didn't anyone tell me?" I ask, a mix of disbelief and betrayal staining my words. Sarah's response is laden with guilt. "They thought it would be too much for you." "They were wrong, Fiona. You deserve to know." The realization hangs heavy in the air, a truth concealed to protect me, but in reality, a shackle that bound me to their expectations. As I confront the web of financial dependence that had become my burden, a sense of clarity emerges. Days later, a letter arrives, bearing the weight of a request for compensation from James's family. The ink on the paper is a stark reminder of the choices that shaped my past and the decisions that would define my future. When James calls, the tension is palpable. "Fiona, we need your help. We're drowning in debt, and your income has been our lifeline," he pleads. The silence that follows is deafening, a battlefield of emotions waged in the recesses of my mind. The words that escape my lips carry the weight of a decision long overdue. "I won't be your financial crutch, James. My dreams were suffocated beneath the weight of our past, and I won't let them be buried any longer." As the call ends, I turn my gaze away from the shadows of financial obligation, choosing instead to focus on the light of newfound independence. The pages of my life story turn, revealing a narrative of resilience and self-discovery. The rejection of their request becomes a proclamation, a declaration that my worth extends beyond the dollars I once provided and that my dreams, no longer confined by the expectations of others, can soar to new heights. In the midst of financial revelation, a seed of empowerment takes root, promising a future defined not by the shadows of the past, but by the unwavering strength of an independent spirit. In the quiet sanctuary of my studio, surrounded by the vibrant hues of possibility, I confront the blank pages that stretch before me. The specter of financial revelations and broken familial ties lingers, but within the confines of creativity, I find a refuge for my wounded spirit. With each stroke of the pen, I breathe life into characters and worlds that transcend the limitations of my wheelchair. The digital canvas becomes a playground of imagination, a realm where my dreams can finally unfold unencumbered. One day, as I lose myself in the dance of creativity, a timid knock on the door interrupts the solitude. It's Lily, my neighbor from across the hall, her eyes curious and filled with genuine warmth. "Fiona, I've been hearing these wonderful stories about you pursuing your dream of becoming a picture book author. Can I take a peek? She asks, her enthusiasm infectious. I nod, a shy smile playing on my lips. As Lily peruses the pages, her eyes light up with every illustration and word. These are incredible, Fiona. You have a gift. Have you thought about getting them published? Her words hang in the air, a spark of possibility that ignites a flame within me. I've dreamt about it, but life always seemed to get in the way. Lily's encouragement is unwavering. Life may throw challenges our way, but it's also full of opportunities. You've already overcome so much. Don't let anything hold you back. Buoyed by her words, I set out on a journey to turn my dreams into reality. I reach out to publishing houses, submit my work to contests, and immerse myself in a world where my stories can find a home beyond the confines of my studio. One evening, as I scroll through emails, a message catches my eye, a letter of acceptance from a publishing house. Tears of joy blur my vision as the weight of validation and accomplishment sinks in. I share the news with Lily, who celebrates with me over a cup of tea. Fiona, you're living proof that dreams can withstand the fiercest storms. I can't wait to see your books on shelves, inspiring others to pursue their passions. As I delve into the process of bringing my stories to life, the shackles of the past begin to loosen. Each illustration becomes a brushstroke of liberation, a testament to the resilience that refuses to be confined by the limitations of my body. In the cocoon of creativity, I find not only solace, but also the courage to envision a future where dreams are not just whispered in the quiet recesses of my studio, but shouted from the mountaintops of possibility. The chapter of unveiling dreams becomes a story of triumph, proving that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit has the power to soar to unimaginable heights. The echoes of solitude in my studio are now a symphony of creativity, the vibrant colors and intricate details on the canvas telling stories of resilience, transformation, and the unwavering pursuit of dreams. The pages of my picture books unfold like chapters of my life, each one a testament to the strength I discovered within the confines of my wheelchair. One day, Lily enters my studio with a warm smile, her eyes filled with genuine curiosity. Fiona, your stories are not just illustrations, they're windows into worlds of courage and inspiration. I can't wait to see where this journey takes you. Her words resonate with the newfound sense of purpose that courses through my veins. Thank you, Lily. This journey has been as much about discovering myself as it has been about creating these stories. Independence isn't just about physical freedom. It's about reclaiming the narrative of my own life. As my books find their way into the hands of readers, I receive messages and emails from people who connect with the characters and the messages woven into each page. The impact of my stories goes beyond the strokes of a pen. It becomes a bridge connecting hearts across the expanse of shared struggles and triumphant victories. One evening, James calls, a hesitant tone in his voice. Fiona, I saw your books in the store. I had no idea you were capable of this. I'm sorry for underestimating you. The acknowledgement is a bittersweet salve on old wounds. James, independence is not a rejection of help. It's a celebration of self-discovery. I found strength in the solitude you feared and resilience in the challenges you doubted. I hope you find your own path to happiness. As the conversation ends, I sit in the quietude of my studio, surrounded by the tangible fruits of my independence. The financial shackles have been broken, the family ties reshaped, and my dreams have taken flight. I've embraced the role of an author, not just as a means of self-expression, but as a beacon for others navigating their own storms. In the embrace of my newfound independence, I find solace. The walls that once confined me now stand as witnesses to a transformation, a metamorphosis of spirit and purpose. The symphony of my studio becomes a melody of empowerment, a testament to the fact that even in the face of life-altering challenges, one can find not just survival, but a thriving existence. As I close the chapter on this tumultuous journey, the story of solace and independence becomes an anthem, a melody that plays not only in the strokes of my illustrations, but in the rhythm of a life lived unapologetically, authentically, and with the unwavering courage to dream beyond the limitations of circumstance.